So I was chatting with my amazing Kyra on the weekend. She is incredible. She's more than just a Kyra, I've got to say that. And she was talking about healing, and it's something that is very close to my heart because obviously it's something that I've done a lot of, and so have many people, and especially people that she has seen as well. And she's like, so now that you're healed, what are you planning to do? And obviously, caveat here is we both sort of looked at each other and we're like, we know that there's always more to heal. There's always more stuff that can come up, and none of us know what's going to happen in the next 5 minutes, let alone the next year. Life can change in an instant. So we weren't sort of saying that, oh, it's all done, but reflecting on sort of where I've come from, like up until, this point, like so much of my life has been about healing. It's been about doing the work. It's been about going through the grittiness and learning to love myself, trust myself, and let go and shed those old layers, and to not care what people think, and just to be able to be more of who I am. And it's been such a journey. And the question that she asked, I was like, it's so funny that you say that, because I've been pondering the same thing. Like, so much of my work and so much of what I do has been about supporting people in their healing process and to become more of who they are. And no doubt that is a passion that will stay with me for life. I can't see that shifting. I can see it evolving, of course, but it's always something that's there. But in the same way that when you dive down the rabbit hole of what's going on in the world, and you start peeling away the layers of, all the craziness that there is, you start finding out about the child trafficking and the all the different stuff that's been happening sort of right under your nose. There's so much there to explore. And at some point though, and it's the same with healing, I kind of feel like, for me anyway, maybe it's been different for you, but for me it's been like this slow unraveling where I've slowly unraveled myself and slowly got to know myself and trust myself and be all that I know that I can be. And I know there's more to come, obviously. But then there's that the same with the world. Like you've dived down all these rabbit holes, you've explored all this stuff, and at some point you go, okay, great, that's awesome and everything, but what am I going to do now? Like, what am I going to do? What is it that I want to create? And I know I've talked about this so many times, because obviously when you do walk this path, and obviously you're someone who is, because otherwise we wouldn't be connecting right now. But when you're walking this path, it's like, where on the path are you? I mean, and how do we really even know? But how much work is enough work? And then can you just let go and just start creating and doing what it is from your heart that you want to do? Because it's been such a slog for so many of us, I feel. Like, I know it has for me. It's been this whole sort of surviving, and I think, it's macro and micro, isn't it? Like, on this smaller scale of me, like, it's like doing this work to heal and to become more of who I am. And on the collective scale, it's the same thing. Like, the world is doing the same thing. It's chaotic. It's the layers are being removed, so the veil is getting thinner. People are seeing what's going on more and more, and I don't think that's going to change for a while. I think it's just going to keep happening, because all of us are exactly where we need to be. But at some point, you've just got to go, okay, great, I've learned a lot here. What do I want to do now? And so for me, it's been about wanting to step more into whatever that looks like. And I honestly, I don't know. Like, I know that I love to sing. I know that I love to create. I've got my journal, which is a planner as well, and it helps people reprogram their subconscious mind for their version of success. I've got activations. I do soul readings. I work with an incredible group of people, in an intimate group of people, where we work together each quarter for whoever wants to stay on and jump in and all that sort of stuff, and we shift so much, and you can't really put into words exactly what it is, because so much of it is, it's inner, it's shifting within. And the transformations that people have had over the last even just 18 months has just been so powerful, and such an honor to experience with people. Like, it's just awesome. And so the power of healing and the power of growing, I don't think I'll ever let that go. I think that's something that'll always be a part of me, but there's more to explore. There's more to come. And for that, I am really excited. So when my chiro asked me that question, it's like, well, I've been pondering the same thing, and I've been making space so I can have room for new things to drop in. And for me, I'm a generator. If you're anything into human design, that's part of the soul readings that I do. Part of that is for me to respond. And and as well with my gene keys as well, something else that I incorporate, like part of my shadow work has been to stop forcing and to allow, and which builds strength. And there's so much to explore there. I'm still exploring. I'll be exploring for the whole rest of my life around there, I'm sure. But it's like, and I'm sure you would have experienced it too. Like when you're forcing something you want something to happen, and you're pushing, like that's when it's like pushing shit uphill, running shit uphill a lot of the time, because it's not going to happen. And sometimes it does, in saying that, sometimes it does when you just go for it, and you go hard and you make stuff happen, but it's not something that's sustainable, and it's not something that you can rely on all the time. And if you're always pushing, you don't leave space for the new to drop in, for the ideas to drop in, for the magic to happen. And like if you think about nature, like nature doesn't quickly hurry up and grow into a big tree. It takes its time, it does its thing, and it's supported by the other trees around them. They share the water through their roots, and they look after each other. I freaking love trees. But nature does what it does in due course. Like it does what it just allows, and it goes with the flow of life. And I think we're coming back into a time where that is more about what we're here to embody and learn from. We're in the year of the 2000s now, so we're starting with the 2 energy, which is love and connection, and just embodying more of that, and the kids coming through are having more of that. And when you think about people like us that were born in the 1900s, gosh, it sounds like ages ago now, but we've been under that 1 energy, which, it's leadership, it's very independent, but it's very masculine as well, and it's very like driven, whereas the 2 is more spacious and allows for more of that that connection and that love, and more of that to come in. And people are softening. We're softening, getting to know ourselves more. It's that letting go. And I know it's not just me, and I don't think it's just an age thing either, and maybe it is a bit, like obviously, like when you've got more years under your skin, like you've got that wisdom. If you've allowed it, if you've got that wisdom and that strength and that inner knowingness. And that's another thing I was chatting to my friend about as well recently, is just the fact that I know for me, tell me if this is you too, but I know for me, like I wouldn't, like no money in the world, nothing would I swap for what I've gained through my life, the knowledge, the wisdom, the inner strength, the knowing, the love for myself, the trusting in myself, because I know, because it has been such a slog, because it has taken such a long time to get to this point. And not only that, it's just a feeling that obviously I'm trying to describe and I can't, but when you embody that and you feel that, you wouldn't swap it for the world. You just wouldn't. And I think, we're so lucky to be able to get to a point like that, and then I think, wow, what's next, and what's going to come in next, and we don't know. It could be amazing, it could be shithouse, it could be an absolute mix of both. And going on what life has been like, there's a good chance that it will be a massive big mix of both. So yeah, I feel like if you're pondering this right now and you're thinking, what is next for me? Yeah, I've done so much healing work. I've done so much of the diving down the rabbit holes. I've looked at all of this stuff. What do I want to do next? What do I want to explore? And what do I want to create? And also that knowing that when you follow your heart and you follow your intuition and your inner guidance, and you really trust that, like, that you'll always be supported. That what you're doing is affecting the whole. Like, what all of us are doing is affecting the whole all of the time anyway. And so when we're conscious of it and we give ourselves love and, give ourselves grace too, because we're human and we're going to fuck up sometimes. We are. We're going to snap back into old patterns and then go, wow, what was I thinking? And come back out again. Like, that is part of the cycle of life. It's part of our journeys. And so, it's just coming to that place of going, okay, so what do I want to do now? Where to from here? And it's not about someone else telling you, it's just asking yourself and being open to receiving the messages and the guidance that you get and what comes through, and maybe get excited about it. Go, okay, I'm excited. Something new is going to be dropping in soon. That's awesome. In the meantime, I'm going to just keep doing what I'm doing. And be open to ideas to come on in, the synchronicities. But whether and I don't know, you don't have to expect them. Just when they happen, it happens, and you'll be like, yeah, great. I had such an amazing experience the other weekend with a beautiful soul who I connected with so deeply in just like a split second. And that person just really saw me and I saw her, and it was such a special moment. And those sort of things, like I didn't know that was going to happen. I had no idea that was going to happen. It was so special to me and to that person too, I know. And those kind of things like that, to me, is what makes life. It's remembering who we are. It's remembering that we're connected. It's remembering that we're not alone, and there's people out there that get it, And so, yeah, I really just wanted to jump in and talk a bit about that today, because maybe you've been on that healing journey. Maybe you're on it right now. Maybe you're partway through it. Maybe you're just starting, or maybe you've been walking the path for quite a while and you're like, okay, I'm just ready to do life now. Like, it kind of feels a bit like that. It's just like, okay, I've done all this grappling and learning and growing, and I will keep learning and growing. I can guarantee you that. But it's in a new space. It's in a new place, and it's not to survive and just get through. It's now to go, okay, what can we create? And because you know as well, of course, that when we're consciously creating, we're creating positive ripple effects that spread further than we can ever imagine. And that is raising consciousness. That is raising the vibration, if you want to say, of the planet. And so when we're doing that, like those tiny things, and I know I've said it so many times, but it doesn't matter because it is so powerful. But even just the smile at the person at the cash register when you go to the groceries, or saying g'day to someone on your walk, like those little things, like I know they make a difference. I know they do. Like, I'm thinking of a person that I see them on almost every single walk that I go on, and it's just like this smile, or it's a wave, and I've never spoken to that person ever, but there is a connection of just like pure joy and like just love for that person for doing their thing, and we're just like, we wave, we're like, hey, like, how good is it? How good is it? You know what I mean? So yeah. So I guess that's just, I really wanted to jump in and just chat about that today. If you're someone who's been on this journey and you're ready to explore on a different level, on a different vibration. You've done a lot of work, or you're doing the work and you're looking forward to it, or maybe you're doing it at the same time. Like, there's no rules. Like, my journey's mine, yours could look totally different, but I think it's just important to, important, and I felt called just to share this today because it's been on my heart and it's come up, and I just feel like that, it's time to explore even more, but from this new space. So I would love to know, like, are you resonating with this? Does that resonate with you? Are you in this place of like, I'm excited to see what drops in next, or maybe something has, and you're exploring it now, or there's been a shift. Like, we are in a 9-year after all, which is the ending of cycles and closing things out, and letting things fall away that no longer serve you, and clearing things up and all that sort of stuff. So if you're feeling that too, that would be why as well, because that is the collective energy that's going on at the moment. So I would love to hear from you. So please share away. Let me know how you're going with your journey right now, and how things are shaping up, and what you're most excited about perhaps as well. So share away in the comments. Always love hearing from you. And if you haven't already, by the way, signed up to my weekly newsletter. I send one out pretty much most Sunday nights, or depending on where you are in the world, you'll get it Sunday night or Monday morning, to kick off the week. And I share lots of different things in there each week, whatever flows through, so you get it. So I will link that in the description, and if you want to stick around. If you want to stick around, I'll pop another video on screen now so we can hang out just that bit longer. And just thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you in another video soon.